Hey there, everybody. Welcome to a new Power Book 2 Ghost discussion. And the irony of this theory video is right upon us because we're going to spend a lot of time discussing someone in Tommy Egan who was not in a single second of the premiere episode.
Nope, but so much of it is now revolving around him, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I did not expect Tommy was going to even just resurface and name the way that he did in the premiere. I thought, okay, they're just going to save all this for book 4. They know how much we love Tommy, but we're going to get a whole show all about Tommy. But then Tasha decides to utter his name in a pretty surprising fashion at court.
Yep.
Now everything is blown wide open as we ask, are we going to see Tommy on Power Book 2 Ghost moving forward?
Maybe.
We're going to get into it, and we have an interesting quote from Courtney Kemp to discuss as well. But before we do, if you guys do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We have a lot of Power discussions, reviews, theories throughout this season. And if you want to support us more, check those links to our Patreon where we do live chats and have some other benefits as well. And also our store.
So, in the premiere episode, we had Tasha throw out Tommy's name and say that he's responsible for everything. He's responsible for killing ghosts. It is all Tommy's fault. And for a moment there, I mean, like, I was on the floor. I couldn't believe she said that.
Yeah.
But because then Sax moved in really quickly and now she's having this sort of queen pin status being pinned on her, I didn't know if it was all just going to get kind of swept under the rug. The thing that I found the most interesting before this whole premiere even started is like an hour before, something like that, Courtney Kemp was having like a live with Joseph. And I found it pretty interesting because I was like, of all the people you're going to have a live with, you're going to bring in Joseph. And I know that we all love Tommy, so yeah, Joseph makes some sense, but he's not part of this. So why is it Joseph? Here we are.
I'll admit, I didn't even have my tinfoil hat on that much during it, and I probably should have. I think I was probably just assuming, Joseph's a pretty, gregarious guy. He's a fun guy to talk to. He's a part of the Power universe. He's got his own show. I'm sure that's all the reason why he's hosting. I was wrong. Little did I know that they were going to find a way to incorporate him in some shape or form here. And this brings us to... This is what Courtney said in an interview with TV Line. Remember how I said a familiar face would show up at some point? I don't know. If someone said in court that I did something I didn't do, I might feel compelled to show up, maybe, and talk to them about it.
So the name, of course, that was dropped in court was Tommy. And when we last saw Tommy, Tommy was heading out to LA to sort of start over, maybe meet up with another connect out there and try something new out there. Everything was kind of done for him where he was. So where exactly he is, we don't know 100%. He was on the road. Could he get called back? Could he decide to come back? Could it be a phone call? I don't know how they're going to do it, but Tasha saying his name, it can't just be completely like she never said it. Doesn't somebody have to be like, okay, wait a second. She called out Tommy's name. Tommy is someone we've been investigating for a long time. He has been on our radar for seasons of the show. How can we just ignore that?
There are so many interesting things to pick apart here. Like, number one, the fact that Power tends to have a very difficult time sort of figuring out its timeline here and there. You have Yaz, who is suddenly, like, so much older.
Yep.
And yet, it really feels like we've only been a tiny amount of time following the series finale. I mean, Ghost still has not even had a funeral service at this point. Yeah. Presumably, maybe Tommy is just like in Oklahoma. Maybe he's in Missouri. He may just be like halfway on his road trip at this point.
The thing I'm the most curious about is how is Tommy going to find out that his name was said in court? Because nobody there is really gonna tell him about it. And with the amount of burner phones this guy has, I can't imagine that people are gonna really be able to get a hold of him in his car, are gonna know where he is. Nobody really knows where he is. So how is this gonna come about? Because the only person that I thought might reach out to him and that we might get some sort of cameo out of him would be through Tasha. Not because she put his name out in court, but because I actually thought she might reach out to him because she doesn't have anybody besides Tariq. You know, Keisha's gone, Ghost is gone, even Angela, who she was working with, is gone. Terry Silver's gone. She doesn't have anybody.
I have one really crazy theory, and I'm kind of being ridiculous, but I'm kind of not.
Okay.
Let's say Tommy is in Albuquerque, and he's not there because he's linking up with Walter White or anything, but let's just say he's on his road trip somewhere. He's at a diner, and then on the television screen it comes up that there's this federal case going on, and authorities are looking for Tommy. Maybe it's not something that coincidental, but maybe it's something where Tommy is in a hotel one night. He's like checking out the Wi-Fi. He's sort of curious as to what's going on. Maybe he learns about it that way. But if he does learn about it independently of Tasha or whoever else, and yeah, it's always possible that Tasha could reach out to him as well, then maybe he's just sort of like, oh, this is not good. This is going to potentially follow me to LA and screw over my new life. I need to do something about it.
Yeah, and I wonder if he would then decide that he needs to clear it up, or if he would be more so like, I need to get to LA as far away from this mess as possible, and I'm out.
He's going to go by the new name of Ronnie Megan, and that is going to be his new... He's going to dye his hair red, and that nobody will ever detect that he is the same guy anymore. Yeah. Okay, there is a universe here, I think, where maybe Tommy does appear in book 2, but maybe he doesn't physically show up in New York. Maybe it is a phone call. Can he be some sort of testimony by a Zoom call or something?
Oh I hope not.
I hope not either, but I'm just wondering, is there a way that they can include him without him actually being at that setting?
Yeah, I feel like probably that either it can be some sort of a phone call. Maybe it could be something as simple as a wrong place, wrong time. Let's use your theory that there's stuff on the news. We're looking for Tommy. Tommy's a suspect, or whatever it is that's out there on him, and he just happens to be wrong place, wrong time, stopping for gas, trying to pick up whatever, and there just happens to be a cop there. Somebody calls it in, he gets pulled over, and he's brought in for some sort of interrogation and is able to clear himself and continue on his way to California.
I think there are a number of interesting ways they could do this. I think all of them, at least so long as it's not like a blink and you miss it cameo where it's just obvious fan service and nothing else. Like, I think the big reason why this was put in was probably just because what better way to kind of keep people watching book 2, a show that we're all so invested in just because of the universe, but we don't really love Tariq that much as a lead character. It's by bringing up somebody like Tommy, who we all already know and love and are really invested in. That's a hook that Tariq at this moment for a lot of people cannot be.
Yeah, for sure. And that, as much as I like the premiere, I am feeling the absence of Tommy and Ghost, and that friendship and that sort of back and forth of, you're my brother, you're my friend, but you're betraying me. No, you're betraying me. What are we going to do about this? That sort of push and pull and back and forth, I have really been missing that in the premiere. And just in general, I miss Tommy. I miss Ghost as well. But if I can't get Ghost back because he's dead, I can still get Tommy back, right?
Right? Right! Like, I think it's going... I do think we're going to see him in some shape or form. It is that popularity factor. I know everybody has their own interpretations of what Power was, but I think Power was the story of Ghost and Tommy and their relationship more so than anything else. And I just also think that we don't know when Book 4 is technically going to premiere. I mean, Book 3 production was pretty much stopped the moment it started, and so I think we're looking at late next year, early 2022 for Book 4, and they gotta be able to give us some sort of appetizer until then. And 10 minutes of Tommy, or even 5 minutes of Tommy, it will make it worthwhile just to hear him, be a little bit crazy, use some of his signature curse words that we cannot say on, like, all the stuff that we know and like about Tommy and just enjoy watching. We gotta have a little bit of dose of that again.
Yeah, and I think it's just smart for the show to be able to continue to fold onto what their other spin-offs are going to be.
Yeah.
Continue to remind people, Tommy's still out there. We know you guys miss him. Here's a little taste. Here's the next spin-off. Here's a little extra taste. We're getting us hyped for the Tommy spin-off because we're all waiting for that.
And let's be real, they're throwing Tate in here as well at some point. Like, this is just something that Power wants to do with their universe. But let's hear from you guys on some of this, because I think we've pretty much made our stance clear. Tommy's showing up in some shape or form here in book 2.
Tommy.
Okay, see, we actually in agreement on this. Usually when we do the chant, it's only one of us. But do you want to see Tommy on book 2? How do you think it's going to happen now? Let us know in the comments. And if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, support us, check those links to the store, our Patreon, and we'll see you here next time.